Hey guys, it's Melissa here from melissaoatman.com. Welcome to Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness, a daily podcast devoted to spirituality and self-help. If you're new, I want to welcome you. If you're returning, welcome back. So today I wanted to talk to you guys personally. I don't even really know where to begin. I had kind of a draining day, and I thought about coming home and putting on a repeat because I just wasn't feeling like doing a podcast because of what happened to me today. And then I thought, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to be real. I'm going to tell you my day, and I think it's a learning experience, honestly, and I'm going to use it as that. I'm going to choose to see that what happened in my day today was a lesson and a blessing, honestly. It showed me several things, and I'm going to explain to you what those things are. And I thought, this would be a good opportunity to show my listeners that I don't live the perfect life. I don't go through life without bad things happening to me. I'm a human being just like everyone else, and I feel that we are all connected by our human experience. And so we've all experienced bullying in our lives. And so I wanted to talk about what happened to me today because I thought, number one, there are people out there who've been through it. And number two, it just shows you that I'm just like you. Things happen to me that throw me off balance, where I have to take a moment and I have to regain my composure. And I have to come back to center. And I'm always telling you guys to do that. And you probably think, yeah, it's easier said than done. And I get that. But I have to do it too. There are times when things happen to me that I don't understand. And I have to also rely on my ability to forgive, my ability to not react emotionally when I can. And I'll have to say that today I was definitely tested there. And just my ability to let things go. So at this point, you may be wondering, okay, what happened, girl? Spill it. So let me tell you what happened to me, and let me tell you a little bit about my day. So I planned a field trip today. And it was a field trip to a German restaurant, and I invited the other school that I used to teach at to go with. And I know that you probably heard me talk in earlier podcasts that the teacher who took my position, for some reason, does not like me and has told the teacher that I work with that she doesn't like me and that my students didn't like me. And, that was something I was like, okay, you got to let that go, whatever. So I invited them to go, and at first the teacher that I invited, she said, well, the other teacher doesn't even know if her kids will want to go because they hate you. And I'm thinking, what? I'm in all the years that I've ever been a teacher, I've never really heard that kids hated me. I mean, I'm strict. I'm not like, I won't let you walk all over me, but I've never heard that before. So I was like, okay, well, all right. That doesn't really make sense, but okay. Fine, I'll let that go. It bothered me a little bit, as you know, I talked about that, but then I was like, all right, I'm just going to let that go. So then a few weeks ago, one of my former colleagues too, she sent me a whiteboard that she had gotten, and it was so cute, and I needed that reassurance because this field trip was coming up, and it was two of my former students had written on it, we love you, we're so glad we have you next year, we can't wait to see you, or something like that. And then I also felt a twinge of, and then I didn't get to have them this year. But I was, I've been thinking about this upcoming field trip, and like, I hope everything goes smoothly, and I hope that, this teacher isn't rude to me. So flash forward, we're at the field trip today, and she wasn't rude to me, she just didn't speak to me at all. And the other German teacher didn't introduce her to me, so I never even got to meet her. So I've still never met this person. And we were eating, dancing, having a good time. The other school was getting ready to leave to get back on their bus because they had an hour to drive back to their school. And one of the students, I walked away for a moment to go talk to the performers, the band who performed for us. They were really great, so I went to talk to them. And the student handed one of the people sitting at my table a note and said, "Give this to Frau Oatman." So they gave me the note. And when I opened it, I just knew before I was even going to open it, I'm like, oh my gosh, they probably wrote something horrible. I just had a feeling. So I opened it, and sure enough, I opened the letter and it said, "Ist Frau so-and-so eine bessere Lehrerin als Frau Oatman," which says, is this, Miss, and I'm not going to say her name, a better German teacher than Miss Oatman? And then it had the other teacher's name, like she's the better teacher. And there were 35 signatures. They signed it, down the rows of the students. And then at the bottom, they were making fun of my book, which I don't even know how they knew I had a book, but it was the tagline to my book that's written on Amazon that I didn't write, the publisher wrote, that's there. And so it was big, long, they took some time writing this of my book and making fun of me. And I was, at first what? And I was shocked. Why would somebody do that? And it was all I could do in that moment to try to maintain my composure, because here I have my kids from my school now, and the other kids are leaving, and they just have left this lovely note. And also at the same time, I got a thing on my phone saying that, I had a new follower on Twitter, and it was a fake profile where they had my book as the profile picture, and they had a weird comment written there. And, I just thought, really? Really? And then I thought to myself, you know what? The thing is that these students really would not have done this on their own. They've been encouraged, and I know that. It's very obvious that they have, and it's very odd and strange. I have no idea why someone would take the time or the energy to turn children against someone, or why kids would take the time and energy to bully other people. But it just, it was, for me, just a lot of different things going through my mind. And I wondered, why? Why would you go on a field trip that someone else planned, who was trying to be nice and hospitable and planning this field trip for you so that you could have a day of fun, and then do that to them? And then I remembered when I had those particular students, because of the list, I should tell you that of the list of 35 students who signed that note, I only had 4 or 5 of those kids. I didn't have the other 31 kids. Those were students who were freshmen this year that I didn't even have. They just went around making kids sign this, I guess, to make it look like there were more kids who hated me, I guess. I guess that was I don't really know. It was bizarre, and as I was thinking about these kids, the ones whose names I did know, I was like, you know what? Okay, I can see why these kids would have signed it, because they got in trouble in my class last year for not behaving, And I remember, the thing I remember about some of these kids from the classes that I had last year was that they were mean. Not just, I've had kids who don't behave or whatever, and they're usually still you like them, you just don't like the behavior. You know what I mean? It's you build connections with them and you like them, but you don't like their behavior. These kids were actually just mean. And I remember thinking that last year, thinking, oh my gosh, if I have to get through another year with these kids, I don't know if I can do it, because they're rude and they're mean just to be mean. There's no purpose in it other than they're just mean kids. And so that just made me think that I needed to talk about this today, because I feel like we are raising kids now more than ever in a society where they think it's okay to bully. Because right now we have a leader who does the same thing. It's I'll bully you. And you know that people who bully just feel bad about themselves. That's the honest truth. If you didn't feel bad about yourself, if you felt good, you wouldn't need to bully somebody else. There's no reason to. And this teacher obviously has to feel that way. Why would you take the time and energy to pick on someone else? Someone you don't even know? There's absolutely no reason for that. I mean, there were several things that pointed to this. Like in the middle of the field trip, she just like got out in the middle of the dance floor and started like making all the kids get up and form a circle. And it was like it was almost like I'm putting on a show here. It was weird. And even the other people who were with me said it's weird. So I know that they have been influenced negatively by an adult. And it has to always start that way. Kids inherently are not mean. They're really not. That's a learned behavior. And when we are bullying and we're mean and we're rude to people, we're teaching kids. You can tell a kid to, be nice. And then when they see you not being nice, that's what they're going to emulate. And that's exactly what's happening. And they feel like we're in a society where they can live behind a mask of an avatar on social media and they can pick on you because you can't figure out who they are and you can't get back at them. And that needs to stop. It needs to stop. I refuse to believe that there's more bad out there than good. And in fact, I know in particular from this school, there are way more good students. There's so many awesome students at my old school. In fact, I got to talk to several of them today. So there are awesome kids there. And you don't want those 5 kids to be the example, to represent like this is how we are. And yet when we leave those kids unchecked, that's what happens. Like one incident happens and people are like, oh, that whole school, they're horrible. No, that's not how it is. And that's what people are saying right now about our world, because it just seems like there's so many mean, nasty people out there, but there's not. They're the minority. The people who are unhappy and are bullies and are miserable, they're the minority. That's why we have to start stepping up. We've got to start stepping up and showing people that good is still out there. The light always wins over darkness. It just does. But I know how easy it is to get discouraged, especially when something like that happens to you. I mean, it's incredible to think that adults would act that way, but we see it all the time. And if you're dealing with someone who's a bully and who picks on you it's usually like, why is this person picking on me? Like for a while today, I was like, well, okay, what did I do? What did I do that, this person just doesn't like me? Like, I don't know what I did because I've never met her. So I've never said anything to her. I don't know her. I don't know anything about her. How could I have done something to make this person mad at me? And I just decided that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I did something. Adults don't act this way. People who are secure in themselves don't act this way. You don't bully someone you've never even met. Like, why? Who does that? Why would you do that? To me, it's like, okay, so I'm going to use my own example, but I took another German teacher's position, and she's the one who called me and said, I have there's this opening, and she was nice enough to do that. And I was so thankful and grateful. So I'm not trash talking her, and saying, oh my gosh, she's the worst. No, I'm like so thankful that she called me and that she thought of me, and she personally recommended me to the department chair. I mean, that was the nicest thing ever. And I've had conversations with her. And when I went to school and taught the first couple of days, I was met with resistance. I was met with, I miss Frau. I didn't take that as insecurity and going, oh my gosh, and get mad. I said, you know what, guys, I understand. I understand that you miss her. Please don't be mad at me. I didn't take her job. She had an opening and she asked me if I wanted it, and I came in and I'm filling in, and I know you miss her. I know you do, and that's normal. But we just have to get through this, and I promise I'm going to work with you. And then I never had an issue since. And I never, even like my 3s and 4s still, like today they were talking about it. They said, we miss her so much. And I would cry if I saw her. I just miss her. I think that's sweet. Yeah, you build relationships with your students. Yes, they're going to miss you. That's okay. It's not a threatening thing at all. I don't feel like angry at the person before me, no matter what. I'm grateful that this person thought of me and that, this person was like, hey, here's this opportunity and I think it would be great for you. I mean, that was really nice. And I don't see it as, oh my gosh, well, your kids just always miss you. No, like that's great that they do. It means that you made connections with them, which is the sign of a good teacher. And there's nothing that should be threatening about that. It should be like, oh, well, that's great. But I don't know what happened here. I don't know why this person feels the way they do, and I don't know why my students thought that it was okay and appropriate to do what they did. And, I handled it. I took care of it on my end because I'm not about to let bullying go unpunished. I'm sorry. I'm just not. And especially when it comes to now, you're going to start attacking my business. You're going to think it's cool and funny to make up profiles and start saying things. No, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry. No, you don't get to do that. I'm going to set my healthy boundary and I'm not going to allow that to happen. And I'm also going to understand that there's an adult who's being a very bad example to these kids. And it didn't just start, though, with this person because those kids were not nice to begin with. So they've already had some sort of influences around them. But that was the icing on the cake. So if you're dealing with that, I apologize because I know, let me tell you, it was shocking and I was not happy today. It's like, here, I've spent all this time working on this field trip and that's how you're going to say thank you? But I wasn't going to let it ruin the field trip either. These same kids were also kids I had to tell to get off the tables because they were standing on the table today at the field trip. So I have to also understand that, there are just certain behaviors that, you don't accept that. And not to let it ruin my personal peace, because for a while I sat there and tried to figure out why would this person do that. And then I just said to myself, you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you did something or not. You didn't. So who cares? I'm not going to waste any more of my energy. And this person's wasting a lot of theirs. A lot. And I'm not going to do that. I don't need validating from any other teacher or students or whatever. I know who I am. And my own students were awesome today. They really were. And, so you don't let one little thing ruin your whole day, and you don't allow anyone else, they can have all the fun they want. They can make fun of me. They were making fun of, I guess, and part of the thing they said, my podcast title, they were making fun of that. They were making fun of my book. It doesn't matter. I've told you before, there are going to be people who don't like you. There are people who don't like me. And one of my students today said, how could they not like you? I'm like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't know. If I have to, she goes, yeah, even if you had to get on to them, I can't imagine you yelling a lot. I'm like, yeah, I don't really. But it doesn't matter because I know who I am. I'm going to continue to be light and to spread light. And to people who aren't light, it irritates them. It irritates them when you're happy and when you choose to be happy and when you're successful and they're not. It irritates them. And I truly believe that. I know that's a big part of the issue. Is that I'm living my best life, not worrying about that. But that other person is worried about me. I don't care. I don't care. I can't be worried about someone who doesn't like me, especially when there's not a reason. And I can't be worried that I can't keep putting my things out there, like publishing books, making cards, and putting all my classes out there and worry that people are going to make fun of me. Because you know what? People are going to make fun of me. it's going to happen. The old me would have been really insecure and been like, but I'm not. I understand that being in the public eye, that comes with the territory. People will make fun of me. They might post my stuff, whatever. They may try to put nasty reviews and things out there. The only thing I can do is try to, head that off with the social media sites and letting them know, hey, this is a fake review, or this is that's all I can do, honestly. Because I know that the universe has my back, and I'm not worried about it. I think that this was probably a test for me today of, are you going to let this bother you? Or the old me would have been like, okay, I'm going to take down my business. I'm not going to do podcasts anymore. I'm going to quit writing. I'm not going to do anything because these kids are making fun of me and I'm not going to do it. I don't care. I don't know how they found out about my book. I don't know. I guess somebody had to be stalking me. I have no idea. It doesn't matter. And, you can make fun of me all you want. It's fine. I know that what I'm doing serves my highest purpose, and I know that I'm helping people, and that's why I keep doing what I do. And so I tell any of you, I encourage you that if you are faced with people who are bullying, together we can rise up. And that's one thing. I had really some of my soul family around me today who are with me, and they were just amazing because they're like, don't you let it bother you. Like, that's ridiculous. That is not a way to behave. And, just don't even worry about it. And they were right. They're absolutely right. So that's why we've got to stick together. And when people try to tear us down and try to tell us to shut up because, we're being too happy and joyful and full of light, we can't listen. We've got to continue doing what we're doing. Because believe it or not, we are making a difference. We're helping to raise the vibration of the collective here. And there will always be people who try to dim your light. They're out there. They will. Can't let them. We can't let the opinions of 5 people bother you. And even now when I sit here and I think about it, it makes me want to laugh now that they got all of these kids to sign it. And those poor kids had no idea what they were signing. Like, it's amazing. Really. It's, the irony of that is not lost on me. I was hurt at first, but now it makes me laugh. It really does. I must be really annoying someone to get under their skin that much that they're going to spend that much energy on me. It's crazy, isn't it? All that tells me is I'm just rising higher. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's great. So I hope that you will take an example and a lesson from me and know that if you've got people who are bullying you and doing that, it means you're on the right track. You're rising higher, and people don't like that. So keep doing it. Keep shining, because way to go. You're up leveling, and people don't like that. Who cares? Forget those people. They suck. All right, guys. Well, I love you. I hope you take an example from that and letting things roll off your shoulders. Now, I wanted to pull a card for you today. So I pulled a card from my Divine Whispers deck, and it is Things Are Working Out Perfectly. I love that. I couldn't have picked a better card, and it just flew out. So it's a message for all of us, and I know this one's for me too. The universe wants you to know that everything is going to work out for you. And I want to laugh as I'm reading this because this was just such a sign to me today that everything is working out perfectly. I'm where I'm supposed to be, because the fact that I've irritated people by being successful, and that's awesome. It means that I'm actually building a following and my hard work is paying off. I love that. I absolutely love that. It's so great. I love the universe. Something that really should have made me upset, and it did at first, I've now realized this is amazing because it means it's showing. The universe is saying, are you ready to rise higher? Are you ready to be in the public eye? Are you ready for more attention? Because more of this stuff will happen when you are. And I'm saying, bring it. Bring it. You can't shake my foundation. I know things are working out perfectly for me. The conflict or situation that you are going through right now will be resolved. Yes, it will. The universe is working behind the scenes to help you figure out a solution that is reasonable and just for all parties. Take comfort in knowing that your angels and guides are helping you with this situation. Remain calm and know that they are working on your behalf. Things will work out for the very best soon. I love that. I absolutely love that. And there's a prayer here that goes with it. So if you're going through something, a situation right now, and you need conflict resolved, this is your sign to the universe that it's working out. But also here's a prayer that you can say to help you in this time. It's a prayer to Archangels Gabriel and Raguel. You can either just listen to me, you can repeat after me out loud or silently. I'm going to read it now. Dear angels, I'm asking you to help me resolve the conflict in my life surrounding, and then you can name the person or the situation. I know that you are working on my behalf behind the scenes to heal the situation, and for that I thank you. Please allow me to remain in peace as this situation continues to unfold. Please guide any communication regarding this situation that it may be received with love and understanding. Amen. Well, I love that, and I love that message totally. I love how we don't have to let things bother us. We don't have to let things get to us. We can realize that the way people behave has nothing to do with us. It really doesn't. I mean, it has everything to do with the fact that we annoy them because they are still healing, because they have internal wounding, and it absolutely does. All right, guys, well, I want to thank you so much for being with me. My audiobook should be available in the next day or two. I just have to send one more file. I was having such a hard time getting it to convert to the right format. Finally got it figured out, so that should be out soon if you want to purchase the audiobook. I'm the one who narrates it, so it should be funny. Also, if you want to get in on the contest, you can still take a picture of yourself on social media with the book and then tag me in your post, and I will enter you into a drawing for a free session with me. I already have several people who've been entered, so thank you to all of those who have entered. And remember, if you do it from multiple social media sites, you're entered more times. So if you enter on Facebook, that's one entry. Instagram, that's another entry. Twitter would be a third entry. So from wherever, even if you do it from a site I don't have, as long as you let me know, I will enter you in the drawing, and I will select the names March 14th. So that gives you some time still to get the book and to take your picture with it. If you've read it and you love it, please go leave me a review. I know most people bought their books from Amazon, but Goodreads and also Barnes & Noble don't have any reviews yet because I don't know if anybody bought their books from there. But even if you didn't purchase it there, you can always go leave a review there if you read it, because that just helps people find me. And I really, really appreciate it. And thank you to the people who've left reviews already. That's so amazing. I really, really, really appreciate that. I want to thank you guys for being here with me. As always, if you like this podcast, please subscribe. Please share it with others. I am so incredibly thankful and blessed for all the people who subscribe and who follow me and share my stuff. Thank you so much for that. And I want to thank you for those of you who've scheduled sessions with me. If you'd like to work with me, my coaching sessions are all on sale right now through the end of February. They're 30% off. And my Love Your Life course is still $33 for the rest of February. It's normally $88. So get in on that while you can. It's amazing. You'll love it. So please think about signing up for that. And follow me on social media. I go live on Facebook Mondays at 5:30 Central. And I upload videos to Instagram. I love you all. I hope you have a beautiful day and you notice the blessings, not the curses in your life, because we are so truly blessed. We really, really are. I'm so thankful for this platform, for all of you, for teaching, for everything I have. I'm so grateful and thankful. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye, guys.